So it finished Liverpool 0, Arsenal 4 here at a very chilly Prenton Park in Tranmere, and Arsenal are through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Good day at the office for Arsenal. Liverpool obviously top of the Championship at the moment, going really, really well. They're going to be promoted. They're going to be a WSL team next season. And I think you could see that they looked like a WSL team, albeit not one on the level of Arsenal, who put in a really good performance today, made some changes. Caitlin Foord played through the middle. They rested Beth Mead because she picked up a little bit of a knock. Jonas Eidevall told me, you might have noticed, she didn't get on for England against Germany on Wednesday. That was also because of that knock, but Jonas tells me they're very optimistic about her being involved against Reading on Wednesday. And Vivian Miedema was rested. Stina Blackstenius also rested and didn't get on today. So you could see that there was some rotation, but Arsenal still looked really, really good today. You know, it took them 10 minutes or so to really find their rhythm, which I think you'd expect when they make a lot of changes and on the back of an international break. But really, Liverpool couldn't cope with Arsenal today, and particularly up front. Katie McCabe on the left wing, really, really impressive performance from her, and what a goal as well. Full toss volley from 25 yards out, and I spoke to Katie about it afterwards, and she said it was quite interesting for her, really, because usually she takes the corners, but Steph Catley was playing at left back today, and she's got a brilliant left-footed delivery as well. So Steph took the corner, and Katie kind of hung around on the edge of the area, and she said she didn't usually get the chance to do that because she's on set pieces. But another blinder to add to her collection. But really, probably the standout performer today was Caitlin Foord, and she's had some really strong games recently. Thought she really made a difference when she came on at half-time in the Manchester United game. I thought she was probably Arsenal's best performer in the away game at Chelsea recently, and today she played through the middle, 2 goals and an assist. Can't ask for much more than that. And her second goal as well was quite a good volley from the edge of the area. Arsenal holding their own private goal of the season competition today. But there was some, you know, given that it was a quite a bit of a mix and match team, so the defence was who you'd expect, but the midfield was mixed up a little bit with Manit Iwabuchi in the number 10 role, which I don't believe she's played for several months now. She usually kind of plays from the left when she starts. And that front three of McCabe and Foord and Nikita Paris, I'm not sure how many times they've played together, not very often, but I thought Caitlin really knitted that front line together today, and she was kind of coming short for the ball, holding it up and finding those spaces in the wide areas as well. And just before the first goal, her and Katie McCabe really swapped positions, and you can see that Rafaeli steps forward and Caitlin is actually in that kind of left channel, and Rafaeli finds her. And Caitlin put it away for 1-0. And that's another thing I asked Jonas about. You know, Rafaeli really pushing forward right on the edge of the area to slip a through ball in. And that's one of the interesting things about her signings. Rafa is a really aggressive, front-footed defender. She likes to make interceptions. She likes to step into midfield. I mean, she stepped into the number 10 role here. And I asked Jonas about that, and he said it's just fundamental to the way he wants to play, to the press, to have defenders like Leah, like Rafaeli, who are strong one-on-one defenders, but can also turn and run back towards their own goal when they need to as well, and who can step onto the ball, who can make those strong interceptions. And I just think Rafaeli is such a strong addition to the team. Really, it was an area Arsenal really needed to address, that left-footed centre half, and I really think they just picked out the perfect player. And so that was really promising today. And I asked Jonas as well about starting Leah and Rafaeli together. You know, a lot of the team was fairly rotated, but yeah, he said he wanted to give those two 60 minutes together because he wanted to build that partnership between them. And I think there's so much potential in it. I really do. And I really think Rafaeli has added something to this Arsenal team. But great to see Caitlin Foord as well, who's really kind of coming into some form as well, and it really gives Jonas some options in that forward line when you consider that Viv and Stina Blackstenius didn't get on today. You know, Jordan didn't come on till the last 5 minutes. Arsenal travelled with a squad of 22 today, so they had to leave 2 players out anyway. I'm told, well, we know the situation with Beth now. Same with Laura Weinreuther. She was carrying a little bit of a knock from international duty, so decided to leave her out. Arsenal had to leave 2 players out of the squad because they've got a good bill of health at the moment. Fingers crossed that stays the case. So they just decided to manage those players with big games coming up at home to Reading on Wednesday and at home to Birmingham next week. And the really big thing about those in the WSL title race is Arsenal play those 2 games before Chelsea play again in the WSL. So Arsenal have a chance to build a 7-point lead albeit at that point Chelsea will have 3 games in hand, but really, really put that pressure on Chelsea at the top of the WSL. So that will be the focus for a really big week for Arsenal women, but they've started it in the best way here with a 4-0 FA Cup win away at Liverpool. They are in the quarter-final. The draw will be on Tuesday morning.